Oh, it's not straight.
Be straight.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you may be thinking, but Leah, this isn't a Sunday, this is a Wednesday. Why do we have a video on Wednesday? Please tell us. Well, the reason is I asked you guys on Instagram if you would like to see a second main channel video, and you guys voted for a baking video as well as a main channel video every single week. So that is what I'm going to try and aim to do for you guys. Now, if you've not been following me for a long time and this is your first video you're watching, then please don't forget to click that subscribe button and turn on the little notification bell so you can see when I post new videos every Sunday. And now, Wednesday! This week, if you can't tell by what's on the table already, we're going to be making some Oreo cupcakes. So let's get started. So I've popped on my pinny just so I don't get my clothes all dirty, and I've washed my hands because, you know, we need to be extra health and safety, especially during this time of life. So I've washed my hands, put on my pinny, and I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees Celsius. So for these cupcakes, for the actual like cake part, you're going to need 80 grams of softened butter, 280 grams of caster sugar, 215 grams of self-raising flour, and then 25 grams of cocoa powder, which I've just popped into the same bowl, 2 large eggs, 240 millilitres of milk. I'm going to need 12 Oreos, a teaspoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of some salt. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my butter into a bowl, and I'm just going to give it a little beat till it's really extra soft and fluffy. And then once that's definitely all soft and fluffy, I'm going to put in my caster sugar, and you want to beat those together until they're nice and combined. You can probably tell already by the amount of sugar being added, these are not healthy muffins. Now, because there's a lot more sugar in there than butter, it won't go, you know, like some cakes you make, I don't know if you've baked before, it goes quite creamy, the butter and the sugar. So this is going to be a bit more dry just because there's a lot more sugar in, but as long as it's all combined as best you can, then that is absolutely fine. So the next thing I'm going to do is just pop that to one side and grab myself a fork, which I don't have. And then what I'm going to do is get my milk, and I'm just going to crack my 2 eggs into the milk. And then just give that a mix together. Salted. And then I'm going to need a sieve, which I also didn't get out before, so I'm going to have to go get that now. Got the sieve. And basically what we're going to do is you're going to alternate between adding in a bit of the milk and egg mixture, can't talk, and then a bit of the flour and cocoa powder mixture, and just keep stirring them in until it's all nice and combined and all those 4 ingredients are all incorporated into the mix. A bit of my egg mixture in. So just about half of that. I think that was definitely more than half. My hay fever today, honestly.
This flour's not helping.
And then I'm just going to add in a pinch of salt, or half a teaspoon. And, oh, I forgot my bloody teaspoon. Now it's so important you don't put too much baking powder in, just because your cakes will end up tasting like baking powder. And that's not a nice taste. No one wants that. Beat it so it gets lots of air in it. Right, so that's your batter made. Right, so next you want to get 12 muffin cases. I've got these silicone ones and I've just popped them on a tray just so they're not all floppy. And then take your muffin cases. I've got these cute little red spotty ones, and you just want to pop one in each of your muffin holes. Oh, no more red. We'll have to have some green as well. Once that's done, you want to put 1 spoonful, so I've just got like a dessert spoon of mixture into each case. And really try really hard not to spill it on the actual tray or tin, because then it will burn. I'm just going to put a bit more in any ones that aren't, sort of don't look as full as others. I do this and then I end up just putting a bit more in all of them. Yeah, they look about even. And then you want to open up your Oreos, preferably plain Oreos, but I could only find these brownie ones in the shop, so they'll have to do. I'm sure it doesn't make much of a difference. And then you want to pop an Oreo into each muffin. Yeah, so once you've popped an Oreo into the centre of each muffin, then you just want to cover the Oreo up with the remaining mixture. Honestly, I am doing a terrible job at not getting this on the cake tin. I'm gonna have to give it a wipe after. Whee! My spoon nearly fell in. Fill up the little buns. I'm literally covered. How am I so covered? I don't understand how I'm this messy as a person. And then basically same as before, if any look like we don't have as much in, then just pop a bit more into those ones. Honestly, I don't know how I've managed to get so much bloody mixture everywhere. Just here, I think this will be the last spoonful. Ah! Then I'm just going to take a piece of kitchen roll and I'm going to try and clean all the spilt mixture off, just because we really don't want that to burn in the oven because it will smell. So now the cases are all filled, I'm going to pop them into the oven for around 20 minutes. They might need a little bit less, they might need a little bit more depending on the heat of your oven, but just keep a little eye on them to make sure that they don't burn. I'll be back. Alexa, set timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
So now my cupcakes are out of the oven. When you press them, they should be springy to the touch. And normally I would stick a skewer in, but because obviously they've got Oreos in the middle, I can't really do that. They took 20 minutes and then I put them on a wire rack to cool, and they've been cooling for the last 40 minutes-ish, so they're pretty cold now. So I'm gonna get on with making the icing or buttercream. I have got 160 grams of softened butter, 500 grams of icing sugar, or if you're American, powdered sugar. That was the worst accent ever, oh my god. And then I've got 6 Oreos which I've crushed up, and then you're gonna need another 6 Oreos cut in half for decorating, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 50 millilitres of milk, which I'm not sure why I measured out because it's literally a splash full. So that's what you're going to need to make the icing. So in a bowl, I'm going to just pop the butter in, and I actually learned a trick not too long ago, so I don't tend to like buttercream, but I made this buttercream for my grandma's birthday cake. I don't know if you've seen it, I posted it on my Instagram. And the buttercream was really like light and fluffy and I liked it. So I'm going to make this buttercream in a similar way. So what you want to do is put your butter in the bowl and then with an electric hand whisk, just whiz it until it's really creamy and fluffy. Now I don't have a plug around here, so I'm going to go do that over yonder. So once your butter is like this and it's all fluffy and creamy, you want to start sieving in your icing sugar little by little with a sieve, and then keep mixing it in with the hand mixer, starting on a low setting and then building up to high, because otherwise you're just going to get icing sugar absolutely everywhere. So I will be back once I have done all that. So now my buttercream, all the icing is in and it's super thick. So now I'm just going to add in my milk and vanilla and then carry on mixing it even more. If it still feels quite thick, then just add a splash more milk until it feels more of like a pipeable consistency. So now your buttercream should be really pale and creamy and silky smooth. I added a drop more milk into mine just because it still felt quite stiff with the mixer. But now I'm just going to pop in my crushed Oreos and I'm just going to mix them through with a spoon. So now that's fully combined and you can see it's like a greyish brown colour. Doesn't sound appetizing, but I always think it looks good. So at this point, you could just use a knife and spread the icing on top of the buns, but I'm actually going to use a piping bag and pipe it on the top. So I just got these really cheaply from Home Bargains. They're disposable piping bags. And then I can't find the nozzle anywhere that I want to use. I want to use a wide star nozzle, so I'll just have to use the next biggest one. I tend to find if you pop it over a glass and like pull it over the edge of the glass like this before you spoon it in, it makes it a little bit easier. Oh, I forgot to slip the end. Probably should snip the end. Try that again. And then spoon the mixture into the glass. It's so much easier than trying to get it in the bag. Oh, geez. And then just unpeel this back up and let it go down a bit more. And then you can spoon a bit more in. I think I've overfilled this bag. Twist the end and then just pipe it onto your buns however you like. So I'm just going to swirl it round the top. I'm literally the worst at icing. Oh gosh, how is it coming through that? It's quite difficult because chunks of Oreo are getting stuck. Oh my gosh, it's coming up top. Oh, there goes the turkey. So I did film me finishing off the cupcakes, but I think the camera was moved into the wrong place and I was way out of shot. So basically what I did was my piping bag exploded. So I removed the nozzle, got a fresh piping bag, just cut the end off and piped them like that. I then got 6 Oreo cookies and chopped them in half and just pushed half a cookie into the side of each of the icings, and that's it. That's how you make chocolate Oreo cupcakes. Now I would eat one now for a taste test, but I've had way too much icing and mixture and I feel a little bit sick if I'm honest. So I'm probably gonna eat one after my tea instead. So hopefully they taste okay. But if you want to give them a try, I will leave the recipe in my description along with my social medias as usual. So go and give them a follow. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and click the little notification button so it'll tell you every time I post, which is now Wednesday and Sunday. I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye!